What's happening, fam? L.A.R. movement still moving. Subscribe or die trying. You see the thumbnail. Only one person cries for the little boy, and that's the man that's over the little boy inside. You know, if y'all don't know what that is, that's an Antoine Fisher reference. It's a poem in Antoine Fisher that Antoine Fisher actually wrote called "Who Will Cry for the Little Boy." And as much as we're concerned about the black community and even protecting, black women, protecting black girls, boys, you're on your own. So since the boys are on their own, you want the boys to kind of come up with his own rite of passage from boyhood to manhood, less guidance, more discipline. When I say more discipline, more abuse. But you want this, him to shove his childhood. You want to shove his childhood down his throat so he has no fun memories. And then turn around and then say something like, I need you to be the man of the house. I need you to be the man of the family. I need you to take this family who's been failing because all the adults are failures and they just commiserating on failure. Now you're responsible for the adults. Thus, when you have some of this ideology of either sports or the streets, sports, the streets, or entertainment, something like that. That comes from, you gotta do something. You gotta go hard to go home, and you don't want to go home. You want to create your own home because the home you go home to ain't no home. It's not a house for love. And I've learned 5 Heartbeats reference. So who's going to cry for the little boy? And then you see grown men doing childish things. And you're like, you too old for that. You need to let that go. You need to grow up. You need to be mature. But we do have to take into consideration a little bit of a Peter Pan complex because the little boy never had to have fun. He's got to grow up and take care of everybody and then himself. You got to afford to let the little boy be a little boy. You got to be able to get your own place, pay your own bills, to be able to sit down and watch cartoons like we did when I was a kid. See, you can't just sit down and grab a bowl of cereal and watch cartoons. That's not how it goes. They throw the pressure on you at an early age. You can't be carefree. You can't go out into society and just live your life. You got to be grown and be able to insulate yourself from the racist experiences that you will probably have. So before the little boy can come out and do something, just fun, maybe go play basketball, maybe ride a bike, maybe skateboard. You got to be able to afford all the consequences that come with that if you're a little black boy. So you start doing those things less and less and less and less. So who will cry for that little boy? It's only one person. Like I said, the grown man. Maybe you want to try something new. Maybe your family can't help you because they can't afford it. Maybe if they could afford it, they might think it's a waste. So you have to put your childhood dreams and a childhood experiences that maybe it come around for your birthday or for Christmas or something like that. This is what I want. You might not get that. So you got to push that down and get yourself to a space where you can afford to do that for yourself, no matter what it is. So who cries for that? Nobody. With the high percentage of black boys who are not up to par as far as reading level, you got to be your own tutor sometimes. And sometimes, the pride gets into the way that, I'm supposed to be smart, but at the same time, if I'm a smart boy, The school is not trying to help me get smarter, it's trying to dumb me down. So the curiosity of a child, you might have to push that down, and wait until you're an adult, and then, open Pandora's box of your creativity, but your feelings are gonna come out with it. Your hurts are gonna come out with it. Your resentments are gonna come out with it. Your disappointment is gonna come out with it. Your grief is gonna come out with it. And before you can go through the 5 stages of grief, the little boy in you is still, maybe at anger, maybe at bargaining, but not acceptance, not acceptance. Maybe sadness or whatever, but not acceptance. And there's a certain naivete that's involved with that. So, and you see these moments where guys just go off into a room, go off in a corner. If they can't have a man cave, they're sitting in their car, they're just chilling. It's like, what are they doing? They're reflecting. Sometimes you're in there crying for the little boy. Because who else is going to cry for him? Because if somebody else sees you cry, that's not a man who understands the little boy. They're going to look at you as weak target or something. Somebody had to die. You could have died, but you're alive, so that doesn't count. Somebody had to die for a tear to come down your eye. So, or you had to finally, make everybody's dream of being successful so they can ride your coattails to come true, for you to let go of the tears of man, I finally at least got my foot in the door to help all these other people out before I'm supposed to help myself. And I succeeded under all this pressure, that type of situation. But yeah, I'm gonna leave it at that. Like, share, subscribe, or die. Try and catch y'all on the next one. Peace.